Oh, I'm online again. So I'm I'm sane because I know I'm sane. Okay, this is in a studio, YouTube studio. So this is a fictitious account of all things sane. So I'm insane? No, I'm not insane. I'm quite sane, and have been diagnosed with bipolar, and that's it. So I'm not manic, or I'm not suffering from mania. Or I read one once that's from the Middle Ages on Google one time when the definition was different on Google. I can't see under my camera here because I bought this one with my own money. It came out of my pocket. So we're not in a communist land here, are we? No, we're not. China is communist. They have their form of communism, which seems to work well for them. And I'm not questioning anybody in China because there's a Pacific Ocean in the way, and that's the Far East, and we're in the West. So that's a fact. And if there's people here that, are from China and they're, where they practice communism, while they come to Canada, they shouldn't practice communism, but there is a communist party, but it's not gaining any votes. So nobody's, or if they are, they're doing it by their own means, because I'm not a communist and I'm not pro-communism in Canada at all. I'm pro-Newly Democratic Party, I'm pro-Liberal Party, I'm pro-Conservative Party, I'm pro-Green Party. I'm not pro-Communist Party. Because there's probably a different form of communism, and it's probably got something to do with somebody that I might know personally, and I don't want nothing to do with it. And I don't even know. I was in Cuba once, and they seemed to be fairly happy there, but, it seemed like to me the tourism from the Canadians and other places in the world, Russians seem to travel there a lot. I met one in the sauna once, and we didn't speak in private, as that sauna was probably already bugged, just to make sure that we didn't speak in private. Because he told me about a girl he met in Cancun, and I didn't say much. I said, nice, right on. And I was being sincere. I'm not there right now, so. And I'm not Russian. I'm Cody Hayden. I'm pro-Canada. I can't speak that anymore louder. I need a shave. I don't need to poop. I do need a shower. My head's glowing. Well, it's full of energy. It's going to burst. Seriously. I have a high pain tolerance. Because I could have been in the Canadian Armed Forces. I sent my resume in the early 2010s. Well, I sent in an application. Nobody emailed me back, so here I am. Well, it's probably the mental health scare, because it was just one. And you know what? The only thing I knew about the Hells Angels then is after 2010 is what I read in a book, because they've kept me at arm's reach. Like arm's reach, 2 arms out. Not like Frankenstein, but okay, out. And they've kept me at arm's reach, and I've kept them at 10 meters away. Because I don't want anything to do with their past. Because their past is their own. And it's got nothing to do with me. It really doesn't. Some things have things to do with me in the past 22 years in this province. Sure, some things do. But I'm speaking my mind now, as I always have. One thing they've been used to hearing about internationally is me talking shit. Well, I never really talked too much shit. But it sounded like, fucking Hells Angels. Yeah, fuck them. Because it was out of respect. Because I'm not a patch licker, okay? And they're feared and reputable for a reason. And I read Hells Angels at War, the book by Yves. The author was Yves, I'll find out. Well, the first Yves I heard of was never in my life, because as I never met him, thank Christ. Would have to be some fucking criminal to have the police chief come down there give me shit when I got caught with hash, that shaving cream canister. I got that back. Well, that was a stash can. Hey, I'm not wiping any salt in the wounds here. Well, it was. So, what was in there? An M16 with Uncle Sam's picture. Kidding. There was very little of anything in there. But it was illegal. It was a bud. I'm only one guy. I'm not insulting policing as a whole here. One person might have missed that, and that's before they were prevalent. Well, I had one early, and he happened to make a bad joke. I got to laugh at it still. I'm still who I am. I'm still who I am. And hey, do I keep any buddies policing? No, not really, because we haven't gone out for a beer yet. But as I'm trying to fight for the freedoms of even them and freedoms of people, I'm not really a freedom fighter. But well, simply put, what they're trying to do to me because of drug dealing? What if they tried to do it to a man because he wanted to be a policeman? Well, and I'm just saying, and what? Because I have a great uncle, Randy Scholes, and I haven't brought this to his attention yet. That I'm allowed to be in the province of BC, aren't I? And they're trying to run me out of something using Chris G and using that as a means of getting out of something. Well, sure, that's fine with me. So we have a different plan now. So, and as I explained earlier, it's like a potential trust building operation because I'm not going to be a patch member any fucking time soon, and I ain't going to the Nomads. I'm going to myself. And what I wrote on Mob Radio 999 and Mob Radio 4 is what I wrote. When I wrote a poem to Paul, it was for Paul Castellano and his memory. Nothing to do with Paul in Vancouver. Nothing at all. Because I've met him once. I was in a G Unit hoodie. Anything about you four getting a cut and my dad not getting a cut? That sounds familiar? Cash money? In the form of an envelope? You guys get any of that? They got their own thing out here completely. There must be a Vancouver mafia. Because, hey, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about when it comes to Canadian mafia. It wasn't them that shot me in the leg. It was a 95-year-old. He knew me by way of Wayne Astle. And Wayne Astle knew me by way of being my Grandpa Astle. Grandpa Wayne. I got shot in the fucking thigh last year. There's a scar there. I covered up with a scar from a bubble pipe. 22. Prove it. Do I go to the hospital for all my injuries? Tweezers? Hot? Well, not to sterilize it. Well, the man told me not to talk about it. He said, continue on with your form of mob radio, because a mob is just a grouping of people. Like a mob pitchforks and that could be a mob of people. Doesn't need to refer to a certain genre of or generation of mobsters in New York. It doesn't need to. Hey, I read that book in early 2010, Rise and Decline. Hey, I read the book. I didn't think all of it. I didn't think all of it was real. My eyelashes started looking like an old man's because I've been not cutting my eyelashes. Oh well. It's been a long road. Long ways to rock. I want to listen to music. And I don't even care who's watching. Maybe somebody is, maybe no one is. It says 0. This isn't interesting to anybody, this stuff. Nobody could want to listen to this. Some people don't like this crap. Well, they don't mind some of these songs, they're just lying to themselves. Yeah, some of them are alright. Yeah, some of them are crappy. One thing, I can't find Chris Gregoire on here. So he obviously deleted his account because I can't figure out how to reach him. So whatever he's doing, he must be good at some form of Soviet telekinetics. Because I don't practice telekinetics. Well, how are they responding in such quick time? We got a plan for the day? Well, I'll just stick to that. He must have a plan for staying out of my fucking way, that Chris. And everything that's funny to me in my mind isn't funny to everybody else. So that's why it's called my own mind, and I'm privy to my own thoughts. I look good today because I didn't stay up 2 days. I used coffee, espresso shot. I woke up at an hour they didn't see coming, and I didn't say anything rude about the man. Well, quite frankly, I'm a criminal, so I'm a good liar. I was going to be a criminal attorney once, criminal or a divorce attorney or a corporate attorney, or I was going to be a lawyer, not an attorney, or barista and a solicitor, or barista is it for coffee? What's that one? Barista, solicitor, barista. That's what it is. Fun fact. A judge's full-length wig can cost more than $3,000, while the shorter ones worn by baristas cost more than $500. That's only in England they wear those wigs, I think. United Kingdom, Britain. Which one is it? Will they figure it out? Are they Roman? Was it Londonian? Or is it London now? And they started time. Big Ben. They have the strongest stock market in the world then. The Americans would probably argue they have more money in it. Who's got more gold bullion behind it? Who knows? Gold's the gold price now. I know it comes from the mind. Everything comes from the mind. My theory is that everything comes from the mind. It's a theory. Well, how do you have a cat machine if you don't have anything from the mind? So who started the mind? I know there's that one movie with Daniel Day. Oh, what is it called? I can't remember everything. I don't know if Day-Lewis. He's a great actor. My opinion. In my opinion, he is. Why am I thinking of the right actor? Must be. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Sorry for thinking out loud. Lincoln, I haven't seen that one yet. Thinking of not No Country for Old Men. He wasn't in that one. There Will Be Blood. That's one of my favorite movies. Well, he was in the oil and gas business, but he still had to dig in the movie, so he's still mining somewhat. Mining for dirt, oil. Or he's digging for oil. Happened to look like a mine. Well, I don't know. He's born in. I didn't know that. He was born in the UK. He's almost my height exactly. I'm 1.88 meters. That's what it says in meters. Now, the Americans must have ID cards. I know I'm not getting into the acting business because it's extremely difficult, and I don't want to be an actor. It's not something I set out to be. I wanted to be like a small-time nickel and dime beggar. And hey, I barely made it off that, so they're trying to frame me up for something I feel like they were or they were thinking about it. Well, whatever that is, I'm counteracting that. So and I can't say it enough, and that's the truth. So, and well, and if there, and hey, would it be my fault? Because I'm just playing defensive style of drug dealer here. I haven't even started my organized crime career. I haven't, and I really haven't. And Coach Hunter, he's just a coach, and he's just a car salesman. What kind of? I haven't organized no goddamn crime. I've been a drug dealer my whole life. And I'm not really right now because I'm taking a break. And there's a potential trust building program being installed here. Well, not installing anything. It's a potential trust building program, and we'll see how it goes, man. Because fiction at its finest is my goddamn line. And I come up with Metric and Rich. That was all me, and they know it. The money men in New York know when that went online. That's all me. That's just a fact. And we're not playing. Someone took credit for it. Well, he shouldn't have, because it was me, and he might have said that he knows me. That's great. But it was all me on there. I'm proud of that one. I'm proud of all of them. I can write. No shit. I got some good poems. Well, not that great. I don't like them that much. Well, I can read them and, marvel at them a little bit, but it's just a poem for me, so there's not too much there. There's something there. It's poetry. What I meant exactly, well, I tried doing some of this at 2255, figuring out, And Cody Jean Edward Hayden won. That's me in that picture. So, and a man like Craig wouldn't be able to tell, but that's actually me. I think that was it's probably in the Jetta. It's not a very nice car, but I got it for cheap. Was that in the Jetta? Could have been in one of the rental cars I rented in the 2000s or 2010s. Never rented any cars in 2000s. I'd be lying, and I wasn't me in 2006. No, I wasn't me in 2007. I wasn't me in 2008. I wasn't me in 2009. But in 2010, I took a change for the worse. I still went through those traumatic things. I did go through them, and I lived. Thank Christ, because who knows where this country would be heading. Because I don't think any of you want to be ran by a black, dark boardroom that's not anything to do with any mafia, and it's all hidden corporate money, and it's got PMCs behind it, looking like something like the Resident Evil. Well, it's not me, and it's not anybody in the Kansas Valley that's here, but not that I know of. Who's all here? I don't know who's all here. People are expecting something from me. Well, I don't have any deadlines, as I am a completely independent man, and I speak by myself. If there's anybody speaking for me, it's fucking God, because that's the highest power that is recognized in the courtrooms that I've seen in the movies. I've never been to the States, so I've never been to the States. I'm not Mark Emery. I laid eyes on him once. He laid eyes on me. This happened in East Vancouver. He never said anything to me. And this is after or right before he went, I think. I was down there in probably 05 or something, 06. I laid eyes on him, and I happened to be Cody Hayden. He happened to do his time, probably standing on his head in the closet. That's the saying I got from one man. And Sandy Watt's a great lawyer. And Aaron Sam represented me well, but I think I went with Don Campbell in the end. And he worked his magic, which wasn't all that magic. Because he was a good lawyer, and lawyers don't use magic. Not that I know of. And I know he's passed away. This Dune. This is just, I got this from somewhere else. Just a random graph. Because there's a pie, and I don't need to be part of it. I can literally be me. Just keep on being me. That's a good way to be, because I want to be me. I like my little life I had in, real world Kamloops, because forgive and forget's coming to me, because I don't need to have it really, but I'm trying to have it, because another man's trying to have it for his men probably. Well, no, those are Chris G's men in town. Well, I wasn't privy to any paper from this last. No, I wasn't. And Chris G's got a bundle of it for me. Well, who is forcing her to go do things? And that was Christopher. Was Christopher in her mind all this time? Christopher Gregoire. You're wanted for a fist fight. Like old school. Well, if two men want to, well, no, I ain't wrestling with them. Jiu-jitsu. It could be done in mixed martial arts too. No, it could. It'd be in the schoolyard at night. No night vision there, Christopher. He's his father's son, but he went to his stepdad. I actually always said, why don't you talk to Ron growing up when I was there for a couple of years? Why don't you talk to Ron? Why don't you talk to Ron? Well, it looked like he talked to Ron, alright. And now he's in their chain of command. Not mine. But I don't have one. And it's pretty fucking smooth sailing over here for me. Because I have a thing called a strong mind, and I went through all those things. Why the fuck is he on disability? I guarantee he didn't hit his head. I wasn't there, so his story is his story. But he doesn't remember anything from prior to 2010. That's what he tells me. So he hit his head and he doesn't remember prior to 2010. I know. I got stories from back then, lots of stories. Because I can remember sharply. My short-term memory is a little off. I think it's from the cannabis, the high-end, like the very potent cannabis from when I smoked when I was a teenager. I used to smoke a lot of pot when I was a teenager. Induced cannabis, whatever you want to call it. I don't anymore. I barely smoke stuff. I did just smoke a joint earlier, but it's the weekend, isn't it? Markets are open. Wee! See, Cody Jean Edward Hayden has got 2014 posts. They're all good. There's some of them are reposted. They're not actually my information. The Black Eye Galaxy. This is a beauty. Looks like it's actually moving. That's a moving image. That's cool. I like that. It's probably not a very good view. Vogue France. I wouldn't even dare follow. There might be scantily clad women with long legs and walking in interesting ways. I wouldn't even dare. I'm going to add them anyways. My Instagram is my Instagram. I haven't put a picture on there in a while. I haven't felt like it. That's my own strategy and my own PR team. I'm my own director. I'm my own producer. I'm my own PR. I do my own everything. I do my own writing. I don't give credit to others where credit isn't due. I did all that writing last year on my own. And no matter what happens, that's the truth. So the cash cow that could be, could be maybe some of my fiction, could be maybe not any of my fiction, because I came up with some neat ideas. That's all they are right now. And the key to that working is kind of me and wanting to go along with that to work. And it feels like there's a lot less resistance today as if someone's got some sleep. Just sweat it out. The sauna is excellent for that. A dry, heat, hot sauna. Well, you don't want puff. We'll have someone build you one. Get one of those infrared ones because those are good. I haven't been in years either. I might just go today because I haven't gone evil. And nobody has gone evil. It's just in these vast, before these hospitalizations, what's happened? Well, either I've been drugged by others or, hey, it was coming from the brown guys at some of these fast food places over the years, and it wasn't the goddamn patch that put them up to it. And maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I'm not coming after the patch right now. BC patch to me represents guys that want an overthrow. I think I'm saving you guys from a hefty fucking, because how do you have an overthrow unless you can overthrow their coppers completely? Well, they're not getting overthrown because they don't want an overthrow. So you'd have to fight them tooth and nail for it. Hopefully that fight's drawing to a close. I don't know how that fight went because nobody's ever given me any details. I don't really want to hear the details because I don't want to be like a neutral party guy. A lot of different things in life. Like anything. Except hostage situations because that's up to the police. And I'm not a hostage. A political refugee, no. Because I'm like a fan of the newly Democratic Party because that's who I believe is the best premier for the job. That's what I think. And I'm going to smoke a little bit of weed outside. And my mom's keys are right here. I should bring them in now. I should. She let me borrow the damn thing. Meet Simba. Enter Simba. And a lot of Eastern or brown men, Hindu, Sikh, or Punjabi don't like that. Although he's not happy about being on camera. He knows it. He must know it. Hey, I have a theory. An animal knows when they're being watched. Well, it's like when you're walking down, it's like when you're hunting or fishing or we're doing whatever. If you're out in the middle of a boat and someone's staring at you, it feels like someone's staring at you, and you look around and if there's someone staring at you, well, you don't know. If a tree falls in the woods, does it make a sound? Well, obviously it makes a fucking sound, but in which decibel? Well, it depends how far away you are, I guess. I don't know much about sound, but decibels is the sound itself or the distance it travels, or I don't know. Sound so loud, travels so far. So if you're within earshot, the fucking tree makes a sound if it falls, and if you're not within earshot, do the moose hear it? Well, they got bigger ears, so they probably hear it longer ways away. What do they hear? I don't know. Dead men tell no tales. There I am. I'm a fly on the wall. That's me. That's who's been doing all the talking right there. Hey, buddy. What's up? I don't talk myself. He does all the talking, that fly. He's a bug. I'm not a bug. Like, not the nickname bug. If you go to the bug ward or the bug range, I got put there. So they figured it was best for me to stay out of GP. Well, that's fine. I would have done just fine. When I went to GP the one time, I had my Hurricane Carter moment. Well, hey, nobody got too hurt. Not that I know of. I can't remember. Great fits of anger, I don't remember it. Well, I was pissed off because I was probably being framed up again. Or I was just in there for a mental health thing. Well, for fuck's sakes, I'm sane now, and I've been covering my own ass. So this is really happening, and it's a zero still. Short of the bold, the beautiful, or the young and the breastless. Who else knows about it? The young and the breastless, they're my favorite kind. There's supermodels. Well, they all have breasts. How big? I'm nervous now. The fly is getting high. Simba, be quiet. I'll tell my cat to shut up if I want. He's mine, and he's my only goddamn possession that I care about more than any kind of material thing. Well, I need my wallet and I need my passport. I need those things, but I'm not being asked to trade one for another. So I'm happy. I got my cat back, so I'm not mad at the police. I have no reason to be mad at the police. And those coins I had on me were not illegally. They're all found. I didn't steal them, and that much is a fact. And they're not from that goddamn house. Hey, I asked youth forensics or youth probation asked that man if I wanted to meet in private, and I got charged for the break and enter, and it was 3 years probation. So, well, the other man there, I met him. He had what he had to say, and I'm not questioning that. So, I'm questioning the fact that did Kyle Reamer smash those bottles on purpose? Yeah, he probably did, and the cops were there like that, lickety split. Well, that was my first charge, and that's me talking about my past. So it didn't happen. It's like that Einstein quote, and I am sitting. How do you know I'm not sitting? That's me just shaking the RV. I'm perfectly fine. I'm smoking some weed. This is cannabis. I'll induce as much cannabis as I want, as it's recreationally legal now. If I want to sit here and smoke the other joint right to my head, I will. I've been working for 8 hours straight. I got up at 2. After sleeping for like 4. That's lots of sleep for me. I'm like a grandpa now. Well, look at my eyebrows. And they start growing out like a grandfather's. That's in like the ranks of general. And I'm only 35. I'm like a general on my own bench. And the only rule there is that I can't use a gun. It's for my own sanity, basically. Because these guys are doing things that are just borderline. They need a shot of Abilify. Like Chris G, he could use that stuff. He's on his own medication. Well, good for him. If he is even. Hey, if they're feeling like they're famous, they're not famous. This is how I felt when I knew I was famous, when I got the Solar Sun activated off the ground. And that was just a marketing campaign. This is 14 years later. And yeah, I did the marketing advertisement campaign online for free for my brother-in-law, Steve Asen. Ex-brother-in-law, sorry. But he's still like a fucking brother to me because he taught me things growing up. And I haven't seen him. And as far as I know, I'm still uncle to Tyler and Matthew. And they can call me anytime. And they probably think my uncle's just working. I am working. And I'm not. I'm high on the weed, yes. No, none of that shit yet today. So I'm sober and I'm okay. Yeah. And I've got some action online that has a 0 there. Did they call Rob? Didn't he see it? We must be in good with the kryptonite and the anesthesiologists and the big pharma and the doctors. So I wrote something nice on it. I wrote something nice about a couple. Also, on my personal feed, I also kind of tore him a strip. Nobody goes on the personal one. Nobody goes on there. If somebody went on there, well, who would? Doesn't have traffic on there. And I'm not the mark of a con. And I'm not. I know that. And I'm just kidding. I know there's a couple marks in my life that I know personally. And there's a couple marks that I don't know personally. From fame and fortune. And I know that. And I know I'm not the fly on that roof when he flew away. But I'm still like that fly. Oh, that's not me there. Well, the question is why? Why am I out of money? Because February was a long time ago. And, well, how's it being looked at? Because things have changed. Perspectives have changed. Good. I'm not the idiot up here. That idiot's got to be Christopher. Christopher! No, and he hasn't been doing things behind my back. So now he's got to take it. Now I'll be gentle. And I won't ever see him again in person. Perfect. Hey, maybe he slipped on a slug and he fell off a park boat. One thing I know about the mafia is they don't sell dope. They might have had a couple men in the 70s and 80s. Maybe got involved with that thing called The French Connection, the movie. Not the movie. The movie was a great film. Maybe that did happen. I'm like an organized crime historian. And it's hard to say if I'm telling the truth or not because I don't sit down. And Steve Asen didn't do his sit down for me. I'm sorry, Steve. I just know he traveled to New York. And he was there as a student, I think, in high school. I remember Rob's house. I got a very good memory for the past. And I remember Rob and Mrs. Asen's house. It's been so long. I can't remember Mrs. Asen's first name, but Rob and Mr. and Mrs. Asen, the original ones that I met, and I met Grandpa and Grandpa. Well, Tyler's grandma and grandpa. Well, the original Mr. Asen, he was a war vet, I believe. He would have known Kern and his Kershaw. And we've been working on something. And that's making sure Canada is free from enemy, foreign and domestic. And well, if the bikers ain't really the enemy, then, well, what they represent? Well, they're just organized criminals, so. Well, as long as they're not trying to overthrow the government, are we, men? We as in, Canadians? Some of them might be. And they happen to be the 5 or 6 ones and they're powerful, and I'm going to stop talking about them when I want to. because they just tried to run me out of town. The Hells Angels. And they didn't have the help of anybody. Because he would have the fear power over them. Well, fear power only works one way. And I'm in the middle as I'm a negotiator. As a neutral party. Because it's fiction at its finest. And that's my little fix-up. And don't rub Spud's head too hard. It might explode. And my dad's buddy, literally, who he grew up with, who he knows from a long time ago. I haven't seen him since Uncle Johnny's funeral. He did drop a bike off out here for me, and I should have been here for that. And, there's my lighters. It's nice to see that. They're in the shorts. I haven't had any of that crap. No, I haven't. Not today. And guess what, man? My recreational drug use is not any of anybody else's business. Because it's recreational at best, as I do a couple dollars of it a day. And I have to pay extra on this last one. And we're not worried about the past as much as we are the future. I'm helping. And one man, simply put, might have come across, hypothetically, like a good excuse would be like a poisonous mushroom he thought was unpoisonous. And maybe he had a taste of it, and it wasn't, and it made him think something was there and it wasn't there. You know, or he's thinking like maybe he did do too much acid back in the day. And I only did acid twice, and I would never. You couldn't pay me $1 million a day to do acid again. Not even with anybody. I don't like the stuff, and maybe I got a bad batch. I don't know. Because on the 2 trips I had with my friends, I didn't start losing my marbles, but 2 people did. First one knows who he is. The first time we did it, and the second time, well, the males in that picture are both gone. Garrett Getz and Alvin have both passed away, and Alvin had a tough time with that trip. It was a little bit strange, but it wasn't like weird strange. He had a bad trip, and it was just, I don't know, it was kind of odd, and I was fine. And well, there was somebody else there, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say his name, because I don't want to break any of their code of conduct there, because there's not a we. There's no we. There's their code of conduct, because the guys that I knew, because I'm not a Hells Angels patch member, and my information is, and that's true, and whether you want to look at it differently or not, that's how it is. And we're not gonna throw no dirt in any wounds. So me, myself, and me. Well, there's 2 Facebooks and there's me. I'm sorry. And now there's YouTube, and now there's X accounts, and now I've got stock_talk365. Well, well, not ready yet. Still early. It's not a business day yet. I get to do what I love to do for a living and see if we can't build it up into something different. You know, for the Canadians, so there's offsets power for the goddamn Yankee bastards who think everything up here needs to be Hells Angel. Well, I'm sorry, it isn't. And even if the fiction of the finest stuff doesn't work out, there's other ways of achieving that across the country, because none of that is exactly true. It's kind of fiction. I wrote it because I was trying to be cute, and I kind of tricked myself into thinking nobody was watching. Well, whatever. We got to here. So, as mankind, womankind doesn't exist, and they had to pay a fee to be a female. And woman, they're the woo, and we're the man. Sounds almost like Han Chinese. Is it Cantonese or is it Mandarin? Well, those goddamn Chinamen have been at it since the beginning, fixing up power with the white man. Does the white man fix up power with them? I don't know, but you only got 2 eyes and 2 ears and 2 noses, nostrils. And doesn't mean they get all the power in the world. Well, of course not. But Washington, D.C. to Beijing, to Washington, D.C. 12-hour difference. I figured them out. Not the politicians, the parking meters. They all work for me. Yeah, I don't get any of the profits from them. And they don't work for me. They don't speak yet. Maybe some of them do. Make sure they don't say woo and they don't say Cody. I'm happy. There's a fly talking. Up there. He's moved. I get to be myself again. Well, that's nice. And I'm really thrilled. And I won't have any more rants and raves. we're having a calmer day today, and I have reason to be mad, but I'm not gonna be, because that things are feeling differently. Just as there's air pressure, things that just seem like things are making more sense to some people that I've never met before, but would have had my back just for the fact that I knew his stepchildren. And the story behind that is I don't know, but we have a plan here. I know who I got to call first, as I haven't gone to the bank yet, so I'm going to try to get my mother to drive me down. I got to put gas in. I have gas money left. I didn't check it in that pocket. Keys are on the table. I didn't steal it. I have been working this desk job for 7 hours. Literally, I can talk for several straight. And none of it was incriminating on anybody, as I don't know anybody's middle names. Middle names are important, because as I rant to myself, I can't actually incriminate anybody. And I'd be looking like a crazy man, and it's all been logical. And the only person that might be listening is Uncle Sam, and he doesn't do organized crime investigations, unless he has to, gentlemen. That's what I'm trying to say. Does he have to? I'm probably saving you guys from just something that's in your mind, but, well, I'm saving you from a harsh reality here. Because in order to have a government overthrow, you need something like a civil war. Because that's kind of how government overthrows work. I think Hitler did something like that. He stormed I'm not Hitler, I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure. And he stormed a government building, and that's how he took government, I think. And he had there was actually a violent uprising, and then the Nazis, stopped it, and then they lost the war in 45. The Nazi party surrendered, but there's still men that hold the Nazi flag high. Well, I personally didn't. I wasn't a fan of the Nazi party when I watched all the war documentaries. I'm not a Nazi. I'm not part of the Nazi party. I don't have anything to do with the neo-Nazis. Nothing. I know some guys that might be neo-Nazis, but I'm not them. I am not a neo-Nazi. I grew up with men and women. Well, they were kids when I met them in elementary school. I'm going to mute this. I don't do any crystal sphincter. It's like methamphetamine, but methamphetamine sphincter. It's not supposed to sound good. It's supposed to. If I was good for business last year, well, I'm not. Didn't mean to be. I actually was on the synthetic stuff I got off the internet through a friend, and it was not real crystal meth. Do I look like a meth head? I look like I'm a little dehydrated. I'm sweating because I went for a run earlier. So this is my little piece of reality, and it's on this studio. So I'm comfortable on the camera. I have nobody around me because there's a reason for it. Who do you trust? When I grew up with, the males all turn coat on me and lie about me and say that they know me and they did this and they did that. Well, Garrett, Josh, Brandon, Jumbo, and Jay, we all good. I was good with all those guys, and they happened to be passed away. And why was Jumbo's lowercase? Because he punked me, unless Ira lied about him being in town. Well, he said that Jumbo is going to be right there after the 2010 Great Pilling, I call it. Well, there's nothing great about it. And he didn't show up. So, and he's passed away. And I have a reason to be pissed off at him still for that. Because I put my life into something prior to 2010. And he probably was offered something that, like, I don't know, whatever he was offered to not go, or he just decided not to go. Because I didn't never cut him out. I cut out the idiots. Donnie He, JR, Jason R, and you guessed it, IRA Pierce. And I like that first name. My grandpa must have taught me something about it. They'll be here when you need them now. I was just kidding. I need it. What's different about today? I sold off some of that portfolio, which when a lawman, highest esteem, wonders, well, it's less than right around 5 G's. Not even a legal amount. Nope. I saved it with money I earned in the kitchen. I mean, literally, dollar for dollar. No, I'm not lying. I mean, literally, for the paychecks I had, and they forced me to sell off what I sold off. I still have some calls. I know some puts. What do they call it? I can't remember the lingo for when I option traded in 2015. Could I option trade again? Yeah, probably pretty well, but it's very difficult, and you need extreme amounts of focus. And I don't have any degrees or diplomas, and I'm not going back to school. So, and that's that. Could I do it in a corporate office? I could probably do it well. Not as good as the guys that do it because they do it every day and they get paid big bucks. Could I offer insight? Not for free. I was the one studying the numbers on global news my whole life as to why markets go up and why markets go down. Well, indexes, they all have a share price, and it's an accumulation, that number, and things go up and down because it's not a pogo stick, and it's not real life. It's my life. And could I figure out a portfolio for someone? Yeah. And it's a secret portfolio, and it's my portfolio, and that one's, you got to read between the lines. I'm not trying to insult anybody. You're starting to get used to me as not being pissed off, and one's on the way. Good. Jesus. I probably will go today. Well, if not, my mom could drop me off. She could shop. My mother. I'm happy. In Europe, it's prominent. I read online for people who live with their parents because the real estate bubble is huge, and it's all in the northern hemisphere. Well, everything's cheaper down south. Well, not if you build a villa and you bring in all the marble from, Italy. People have been doing that for hundreds of years. And I'm not talking shit about anybody in Sicily. I never have. I might even talk to shit about the mafia once or twice. But I would refer to the one on The Simpsons. Tony. Yeah, I'll talk shit about that mafia all I want. That mafia is a great mafia. That's the one me and Brother Brett and Cindy Joe have learned. Well, Crystal Ann, forgot about that history. Crystal Ann. And anyways, we're not going to say that name to my mother because she would be hurt to know that he passed away. She doesn't even know that maybe. He spent a year in our home or however long it was. He was a young man then. and you were out on your own, doing your thing. Maybe she wasn't even around. I remember she got in shit once and my mom threw her stuff out the window. uh, that was great. I enjoyed that day. That's right around the time she stole my blanket I got from Granny Edie. No, Granny Astle. Great Granny. There's only one of her, and she's passed away for quite some time. She made it into her 90s. She'd be like the old bird I've always been talking about. I'm not concerned about anything other than her family being good and healthy, happy, and whole. Because I can hope for the 80 plus club to live as long as they can. Because, well, I care for them, and I'm the one sitting here spilling the beans on my life. It's only my life story. I don't know any middle names, so nobody can be incriminated by me. And I didn't say anything incriminating other than maybe insulted a man. Well, maybe he shouldn't have insulted me by saying I worked for him. Because I didn't work for him. I sourced something from him as an independent. What happens to stuff that I got from the coast last in the mail? Someone must have broken in and sprayed it. Because I didn't. I smoked some of it and it was really strange. And I'm wondering if someone's got somewhere where I left it. Not in the RV. That's the last place I stayed. Because the kid don't have no problems making money. It's who takes it from him. That's the problem. Someone's so used to thinking that. I'm the kid. I'm the comeback kid now. I'm not the comeback kid. That was a goddamn alias for somebody else or a nickname for someone else. I'm not trying to speak for you. I don't want anything to say. Somebody else is watching. That's not just in BC. And that's exactly my point. It's hard to believe that the kid has a fixing and he would like to remain a neutral party. How could I be neutral in BC is because one man, another man have ended hostilities. And it isn't anything to do with Christopher because his stepfather could call him and tell him in French or whatever language he wants to hear it in. He probably speaks more than one. I speak Kung Pao chicken. I speak Mickey Mouse. I speak Kung Fu. I speak Hanoi. And I speak Niet. Niet. That's the only word I know in Russian. Is no. It's for the Russian girls. They get their hands on me first. Not the university girls, the strippers that I know. The ones from way back when. The ones that watch over those two. And last time. And it was a pretty good time each time. And wrong Adam. Because both the Adams think they're price fixing on me. Oh, everybody wanted to get in on that price, did they? You know, the only man that makes the difference is now the benefactor of how to fight evil in his own goddamn soul. You're not the Reaper of Souls, are you? That's Diablo 3 thing. Came up with different generations. He's in the 70 plus club, but he's in his own club. Old age don't mean shit to him. He's in the same as reality. We're all in reality, but reality would be the real world would kind of be like, you know, people that work hard and work for every goddamn dollar they get and they don't play. You know, and my old man is who he is and he worked hard as a trucker and maybe his truck wasn't sabotaged. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am. But the mechanics can't be to blame. So it would take somebody admitting to it. And he wants to lock it up and throw away the key. Well, of course he does. So why would he? Huh? Why would I do it as a favor for somebody? Because it makes things better now. And it makes him not liable. So I'll just say that's a big ask for me, but it's not going to change the past. Past happened. We'll lock it up, throw away the key. That's fine. Because now it's our turn to enjoy some of the vast wealth of the land, which is just me and him, and maybe I have my own money coming in today, and I do. There's a man I got to call first. I told him I would. And if he's not happening, I got a secondary. And kind of would be like signing on, or it's just buying around. If I just bought around and was allowed to, I would make me very happy. And then we could go to stock talk underscore 365. Real-time marketing strategies. Real-time marketing strategist. The Solar Sun Activated. I was the strategist behind the marketing campaign of that, but that was in 2010. It's been a long haul to making sure we're all just Canadians here, and the ones that aren't Canadian are going to sit on their fucking hands and not care about government overthrow. Jesus H. Christ. Because I'm a Canadian, and I don't want the government overthrown, provincially or federally, because I enjoy a peaceful way of life. And lately it's been a little bit wild because, well, it's been all right for me, other than a couple of situations that were, well, likely put nothing really happened because nobody actually swung. And he didn't run me off the property. I left on my own accord. And it's true. And no, I never punched anybody on that property. It's a fucking lie. I tell a lie pretty good. But real-time marketing strategies, timely nutrition for the mind, grains of salt, and also you need or must. Also you need grains of salt, and also you need or must or spend it. But where? See, that's me just being confusing. I can write a little bit. Well, tell Doyle, O'Keefe, and O'Connell that. This is just three fictionary characters I made up from my own mind, which represent a black policeman and two white policemen from the States, and they all share one car. And this is just a hypothetical situation because I know of a story from way back when. Well, it doesn't mean that was probably just one group, and maybe one city has more, of one officer, or there's more one color than the other. Maybe there's one department like that. Maybe there isn't. I don't know. I'm thinking of one story that only would specifically to, and I don't think I need to be a neutral party for that, but that's just what I'm saying. I could be a neutral party for a lot of different things without that thing. And it could be just put away and never to exist again. But I'd have to be the one to put it back into the box because nobody around was saying anything like that. So let's go to that one. But I did write something for Paul Castellano, as if he was here. And I don't mean that in disrespect. I mean that in respect, as if, but not that he's represents any of that things, but maybe he, was part of it. Well, where is the goddamn thing? Let me find it. Well, it's not a thing. It's an X account. Mob Radio 4. I did a bunch of different ones too. The one with, I didn't do that original one. At Mob Radio, that is not me. Somebody made it in 97 or 07, 09. Well, it wasn't me. So, did I say something about that back then? I don't think I did. I said it to my dad in the truck. And I said it back then. I don't think I did. So, somebody made a Mob Radio in 2009, 2007. Well, I did Mob Radio 4. I should probably delete that one. Yeah, I'm getting away from some things because I've been picked on and bullied by you men too, so I'm getting back a little bit. And I'll delete that one, I will. When I get around to it. Mob Radio. Mob Radio 4. Is that about a 85 or an 86? Or is that an 87? Is that an 82? Is that an 83? Is that an 84? Is it an 89? Is it 86, 87, 84? Is that an 82? Might be an 81. I doubt it. Could be, though. There's columns back there. Is that the Roman Legion? Or are they pillars? This one only had 457 followers. I followed 41. See, I do a thing called make a new account and throw it away. Not like it's a woman. I never did any of that. One and done. Pump and dump. I'm out of here. Just kidding. And no, I'm not a killer. It's fiction at its finest. And this one, fiction isn't fun. Just wondering about my family pattern. Uncle Johnny's a man that could. Great Uncle Johnny, probably a man that could. No one gives me their number, so I need to find him in hidden riddles and. Alright, I'll go sit at a pub that I don't frequent with money that I don't have to spend. Or a retired man can afford to go there. And it's just, alright, whatever. And there's a new era about today because I'm living long and prospering. It's the only hand signal I can do. Because that book I left, this is, nothing's come out of it yet. It's my turn to cash in on being me. And that's just more me. Because I'm a fickle, stubborn young man. And I could almost have an old man's head right there. My eyebrows are needing some. Look, I'm turning into an old man because I've been sitting around prophesizing and propheting and not profiting, being a man of the prophecies. I might as well be who Nostradamus was talking about, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ, how much more bantering do I need to fucking make before one man just says, "Oh, okay, I'm not after you, you're not after me," and then the whole planet could just shift. Jesus, and I'm not trying to put you in jail. And I don't know, have you done anything you think you're going to be caught for? Well, that's not on me, is it? And if they are looking, well, I'm kind of saying maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I don't fucking know. The gang squad can't be after me because, frankly put, that'd be putting me in the gang scene. Because I don't keep a fucking gang right now. I had a gang prior to 2010, and all those guys went to other people. And I don't deal with them at all. At all. For a reason, because I don't like 95% of them. And the ones that think they're better and smarter than me is because they're hiding something. And whatever they're hiding it for, that's on them. Because it would be a respectful thing for them to show up in their colors, but it wouldn't be to them because they wouldn't be able to treat me ill. And Ralph Parcher probably knew who I was. Probably did because of my kicking and screaming up here for not being one. So, the rest is history. Let them figure it out. Because the older fellas know the truth, and maybe I just wasn't told. And hey, that maybe is the truth, and nothing changes because it's perfect. And I don't need any kind of profit. I need to just work. I just want to work. And could I just buy around for a bit? If one person doesn't have it, maybe he doesn't. I have to call and talk in higher secrecy. And I don't talk on the phone anymore. And I was on. That's all weed. And nobody's opened up that. Even if they have, they know for a fact because it's just weed. Those are all weed from 2010. And the one phone with the credit card, well, that was stolen from me. So if it was my credit card, someone probably stole money off my credit card because my credit cards were stolen from me too. And, well, so then he ended up in police custody from somebody else because it was a stolen credit card. And I don't know if that happened or not. I'm muting it because I'm muting it. I'm going to turn on some music because I want to turn on some music. And if I want to smoke some more weed, I'll smoke some more weed. If I want to look like I'm 35 and aging rapidly, I'm going gray as we speak because of the pulling my hair out, trying to yell so loud as to why that's a zero. Well, I'm not sure why that's a zero, but it is. It's called creative freedom. And I didn't have to bend over a barrel. I was nearly bent over a barrel by an Esket and a Matt because those two think they're about fighting me one-on-one. It's not happening. Esket would have a chance, not Matt Bonner. He doesn't know how to fight. He knows how to attack people, maybe, at best. So, he wouldn't meet me by himself in the field either. Well, hey, maybe I just want to talk to him. They don't talk in private, those two. No, those two don't know each other. They grew up with each other. And Chris's secret hookup. I mean, hey, I don't know if Scott's here with us or not. I was told one thing and I've been told another. Well, simply put, I'll go by there with my mother. Not gonna do anything in front of Chef Sherry. I call her Chef Sherry, but she's not actually a chef. She hasn't had a culinary schooling, but she's an excellent cook. Excellent. That's because she's my mother. No, she knows how to cook. We worked in the kitchen, and there was not. I enjoyed working in the kitchen. I gave my notice last year, or the year before. Whenever last year. It was just that last year. It must have been. I gave a 2 week notice legally, and I think she felt like she was something had happened to her schedule. I think she felt like it was the manager's fault, and she left for her own reasons. Had nothing to do with me leaving. So someone did something because he figured I left illegally. Well, I left for 2 weeks notice, so I know my mother maybe didn't want to talk to anybody because she just wanted a break. Maybe she was wanting to retire quietly with my old man. I don't know. I think she's a lovely cook. I mean, if it takes me getting a part-time job there, I guess I would, but I don't really want to. It's over the winter, so I'm gonna have a bit of a laid-back winter because I got one thing figured out. I got it figured out. 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. That's for the ladies. Like a genie in a bottle. Great Auntie Jean. KJTV. Great Auntie Jean. You know, she's wonderful. She's a Ukrainian woman. She made me lemon meringue pie. Homemade. In South Van. She lived in South Van. She had a house up there. It was a beautiful house. I can't remember which corner. But yeah, the Shoals. She's the Shoals, I think. Great Auntie Jean Shoals. Was that one of Harold's sisters? It must have been. I guess that makes sense. Well, I never really thought about it. Obviously, it was. Then that second cousin, Jason, he's a Widden still. Well, why wouldn't he be? And I never asked for any kind of help other than to get Great Auntie Pat's number because I wanted to see if Great Uncle Johnny could just maybe negotiate a surrender of Cleo because that's my cat, a great cat. I remember hearing her meow upstairs when I was laying in the basement because I was renting that home, 505 Nicola. And I have the receipts here somewhere. Well, they were shown online. I should be here somewhere unless someone snuck in the window and stole them. Which, hey, it probably isn't impossible. Would she write me a new one? Probably not. So I haven't been able to find them yet because I cleaned up in here. And I don't see my... Well, that's here somewhere. I just had that. I didn't come across it, so... Well, maybe someone snuck in here and grabbed them. I mean, it's not impossible. And does that make him king of the land? No, it's just making someone disrespecting one of Bindi Joha's like a family. And he's gone now. Yeah, well, there's certain men around that wouldn't take kindly to that. Because King and Sunil don't represent him. I represent him well. But I'm not him, and he wasn't me. He hung out in the Hayden household. He was there for like a year. I don't remember him because I had a weak moment last night of missing him. I haven't even said his name to anybody ever. He was like my brother's brother, and they were like close. But this has gone back a long years because I went to Richmond Elementary. Somebody else didn't. I need to get my shit together here for the day. I can't be on here all day. I need to get back to my real world life, like the life that I got back to in 2023, which I missed all those years because I was selling grass, which is boring like hell. I could have beat my head against a wall for 15 fucking hours straight, and it would still be boring all those years. But every time I got some money in my pocket, that would be considered like a backyard set and a barbecue and not even only the tiling underneath. It depends on which home. Like 30 grand that I had in this past. Well, we're not going back too far in the past. I saved it between basically I had 5 or 6 after February 1st. I saved it in the last those few months because of good business ethics and good common sense and being good to people and not ripping them off. And I have a different way of doing business. I do. I work with people. I don't force them to work for me. Hey, everybody else has their own ways of doing it. I'm not a patch member. I am a family member to a family with relatives in it. And I'm not a full-fledged patch member. No, not at all. And I don't mean any disrespect. It's hard not to be disrespectful right now after what I have been through. But looked at it in a different light. I'm not insulting anybody outside the which bikers. There's 4 big ones out of the States. And I guess HMC would probably be the biggest of them, I'm guessing, from what I know from cameras. And there's the Outlaws MC, which would probably be second biggest. I think Taco Bowman created that motorcycle club. I'm organized trying the story in there. I know it from book literature. And then the Pistons with the skull. That's the one, the Outlaws. And their colors in the, notoriously black and white and black. I don't know which one's which. And they say it would be white and red, not red and white. Because that's the Canadian flag. I don't know. Whichever. And then there's Banditos, I think would be third. I've seen the Nomads on TikTok. They're Nomads on TikTok. I've been on TikTok. I don't have an iPhone.
I can go on it. I forgot I could go on it this way. Well, I made some funny videos. My old man kind of censorship on those ones. Those are only for, you know, people that found them online. And there's nothing disrespectful there. And hey, there was a Russian Soviet sub in U.S. military at some point when I was there. Does that mean I'm a Soviet? No. Does that mean something happened on that boat? I don't know. I can't remember. And some people have been trying to tell me through the way of the wind. I'm not a wind talker. I made one for Paul, like Paul Castellano, to do this was for. And it's not, it was before, like, if I was trying to say, like, this is just my depiction of, like, what maybe he succumbed from, you know, well, to him. Unless he set it up. I don't know. It's a theory. I just thought of it. Well, maybe he wanted him to be the one to do it or something. How would he not know that he was on there like that in secret? Well, this is a scene from a movie too, but I don't know. I'm just throwing around theories. So other men would have to think about it. And they happen to be in a different part of the world. North or south of the 49th parallel. Is that fucking thing straight? Or does they go up and down like this? I think Grandpa Hayden would have been. No swearing. The lessons are coming out of me because Grandpa Hayden taught me certain things that I asked questions to. And he was the old man. To some, I read in a book. Which one? I can't remember which one. I don't have a catalog. And I'm not the kid. I was the kid. Jumbo called me the kid. I'm not the kid anymore. I'm Cody Hayden. And I suggest maybe they call me the man. But that's for the man. And he doesn't want them calling me the man. If the ladies tell me that in private, that's up to them. But maybe not that one. Because that's like the man or the myth, the legend. That's not a man from Hawaii. That's Ralph Barger or Uncle Sam. Because they're at battle with him. And I'm not being stuck in the middle. And he's probably going to be just fine. But why is there men on that bus? And it's Ivy because I didn't ask them to be there. If Carrie didn't ask them to be there, then why are they there? Because I rented that place for a month. And did they pay any rent? They haven't paid rent. So what are they doing there? I drove by to get Dairy Queen, and that's between me and the courts that I'm not allowed there. And I've never haven't been there. My cat came to me. He walked all the way from out there to here. Cat's shipped to me. That's a fact. Because I was arrested with the cat on a bullshit charge. Somebody knew how to call her at a certain time. Well, he asked me why. There were certain things in my bag. Well, I don't know which coin. The loonie, the dime, or the nickel. Well, hey, some call me the nickel. Some just cut square foot pine. Pine square foot. How do you square foot? You can't. Somebody, well then, shut them down. No sandals, and no stickers, no hot chocolate, and no brown. Why you say that? Why is there excellent? That represents people. Pentagon is strength. And Pentagon is a shape. Class. And when they teach that shape, you know people for that? Or not? I'm supposed to I'm basically good. That. Well, I don't know. Probably call it that unit. Yeah. And I like to think too. And now we're getting some of those. Now we're getting some of those. And the door in Peterson Creek may be represented by a one window and a pink house. And but depending on which angle from space, the fucking thing could be pink. Well, there's an orbit, and the gravitational pull suggests that one. Now, I'm not trying to be a smartass. Well, a little bit. I'm a smartass, and I'm a smarty pants. Well, I don't have a smarty pants phone right now. And is there a reason for it? Well, maybe there is, but Bindi was at our house, and I have to mention it to me. She wouldn't have a YouTube channel. watching TV. They don't know if she found YouTube. Maybe she did. Maybe she hasn't. We are all right. I yelled not at her or him. I was yelling at Ron Boucher and Christopher Gregoire. Because that's father and son now. Because Chris doesn't keep in touch with Mr. Gregoire. He hasn't in years. I always ask him when I did sell him an ounce of weed over the past 14 years, which is maybe 3 or 4 times, and an ounce of weed. And one time, he needed a lift from Burnaby. We kept in touch on Facebook at one time. Now he blocked me. Now I can't talk to him. And that's the same picture from Crimson Secret Police. That laptop was stolen. And I think I know who got it. Maybe somebody else didn't get it. But if it's hers, she can have it. But she shouldn't be stealing things from people like me. Because I could tell her mother, and simply put, there's been no dating, there's been no kissing, there's been no fornication. She's like a friend that's a girl. Or, well, what's that mean? Live long and prosper. V for V in the language of English. Capital V, lowercase v. That's it. It doesn't mean anything else. You're in school and you have no idea about anybody else. If someone's trying to explain things to you on a phone, he's not thinking properly. He's thinking that the sides have shifted now. The man who told me about Mr. Donaldson buying and selling a hotel is Derek Weatherhead. I know him from school. When this first happened, when I was online in 2010, '09 to 2010, when the source unactivated, they all thought it was a big hit. Derek, you're not texting just anybody. He's got his chain command, and that's through Mr. Pat. Tomorrow, I gotta call it. I'm having too much fun. I'm having too much fun. I can do this. I had to change my operating here lately because Christopher has been going against direct orders apparently, and what he was doing in secret in Burnaby when I gave him a lift. Well, I don't know. He said he broke up with some girl, and well, this is in 2014, and I drove him from Burnaby to his place, and I think in North Shore. I can't remember. Something like that. Hey, I didn't kiss him. That's for sure. I don't kiss males, and he might think he's handsome. I think he's not. So that's his opinion, not mine. Hey, I have opinions on people. I don't think he's handsome. No, I know of a handsome male. And it'd be like Chris Pratt or somebody else, because he's in Hollywood. And I can say that as a heterosexual male. Jesus H. Christ. This is real coming to. I just haven't thought to myself because I don't like that thoughts to myself. I'm excited because I'm me. And I need to go talk to my old man because I need to see if he
interview or no intermediate delay in podcasting, and I'm trying to be a smartass. I'll be back in a bit. I gotta talk to my folks because I was out late last night. No, I wasn't. I slept. I got in about 10. I slept till about 2:30. I'm, I'm changing into an old man here with the 80 plus club because I mean I'm funny, sure, but it's a zero there for more than a couple of people, and I'm me. I'm privy to the people that I've met personally. Only me knows the people that I've met personally, and I haven't changed one bit. And if I'm ever washing dishes with music in, my function in that place was a prep cook at best, line cook for a shift or two. Then he quit. I didn't say anything to him. You got me. I mean, we had a nice thing in the kitchen. I was enjoying that bit of a job. Do I want to? Well, that was that summer. I don't know what I want this summer. And that's, maybe I worked in 10 kitchens. And I on my resume, I worked only in, and only certain people know my resume. So, and simply put, now, it depends. It depends. That's the past. And have I been drugged before? Absolutely. Was my brother drugged? He was. And didn't make it through. He committed suicide. So, my mother spoke to him before his death, and she doesn't watch this. And even if she did, I don't think she's there watching. This is because they don't believe I'm popular online. It's okay. They're retired. They don't need to know what I do in my spare time. They're fine. No, I wasn't yelling at them. I was yelling at Ron and Chris, Ron Boucher and Chris Gregoire, because they have some sort of fix going on. That's their bond. That's stepfather and stepson. Not my problem.
Good. I want my washer and dryer back. You took it without asking, fella. You also took caffeine pills in 2009, 2010. Okay, couldn't happen. Well, he took them. I'm not charging him. I'm gonna pick up his phone number. 330 number. 250. 27. He put down himself. He must be with a different fucking brand of the old truth. Come on now. You want to be There's another no phone. Not that I'm going to go after, but I'm going to twist it right up. A little bit of a secret mission, but I'm not for sure. Well, technically, he's just a stepdad, so technically, I'm kind of the reality of it. I remember this being there on Monday and Plus. This is when I took school, right? Starting grade 8, I took the bus home from school. I'm pretty bad, honestly. I'm still pissed off about it. I'm still pissed off about it. Just honestly, I think it's you know what it is. Do I do anything about it? No. This one kissed you, a little bit more person. Why is Matt Long older than his grandmother? Who the fuck is he to do that? And it was a personal, like, figure out he's trying to be scary, and I didn't think that's the try to scare me off too. Well, he's squatting on land, so I can understand about it. He's not really mature, so like, they're running off jerseys, somehow twice. So they're on. Well, I mean, still, and she has, well, she has a right. She has a right, but she's scared of asking. Well, there's no need to be scared of asking. No, Leonard next door might have heard something, and he probably did because he's got ears. And Mr. Godfreyson knows now because Mr. Godfreyson used to be chief, and he knows there he sits on 2 lots, an apartment complex up there. And Mr. Godfreyson, you know, I know, I gave him an answer. Yes. She was just, she was me up with him. He needed to be a nice little damn place. Well, we need to wait to follow the path of the prospects is that I told him first. So he who gets sold to first, hey, kick and scream. Seems good. Seems that we are. But mine, that's the end of this. This is theater basically. Another beautiful piece of it. That's not what this didn't take one over. And he's not devoted. And too bad for him. Because it's nice thing being devoted. I'm going to pay for that. Actually, you can't do a thing. I represent something called tradition. And I'm not talking anymore. That's the cat. My cat speaks English. Oh, no. I'm funny enough. I'm not an expert. Not the local man. I don't pay any attention to him. They seem to pay all the attention in the world to me. They all want to be close to me for a thing called what do you think is Monopoly Grove? Is it Monopoly? I'm not playing Monopoly. I got broken up in the 50s and 60s in Monopoly. And there's already Monopoly. It's coming from Colombia, isn't it? Or it's the very first Venezuela or Peru or Argentina or any of those countries that grow that stuff. Coffee, coffee bean, go to a certain elevation, a certain humidity, a certain time, it's grow. Usually this goes. I don't understand that. Fiction is fine. Fiction is fine. I don't do Soviet era television. Never fucking did and never will. That's a other person thing. I was born in Canada. Wayne Astor was my grandpa. Not biological, but he was there my whole life. Or the man in the picture from Instagram. Let's go over this one. Man on the Harley is my dad. He's 80. Shit. He's still sitting on that hog and wherever that picture is taken. And he hasn't moved since. Well, there's a little bit of a trick there at work. It's me. He's the one from the early stages of the Instagram account. Only 7 hearts. Must be 7 sweethearts, but I don't know. I was 7 real people. October 22nd, 2020. Master Builder. Master Builder. Thank you. To some people, I read it online. Thank you for the likes. This is not essential there. That bear is tiny. Actually, not perspective. It's a very small bear. It's probably a foot tall and maybe 15 pounds. Could I go down there and pet it? Maybe I could, but that's because it's me. She can probably almost hear me without traffic. I go put it in there onto the bush up here. I was not, I haven't recently since like prior to my marriage. But the men never stayed me down. No, they didn't. They took off. Scared of the bears and the wolves and the coyotes. The wolves are moving in. I think they're around. Douglas Lake Ranch, I bet. It's the back. Hasn't been when they're out. Past 16 months down, that's West Gate Park. Some moving in, maybe they're almost out of it. They don't have the access to it. How many of those are on me? I don't know. I'm filming here. And I seem to think that maybe there's something last thing. Maybe there was. Maybe it's on voice recognition. Maybe it isn't. And if there was a satellite in space and it was on, I sure hope it would be only ceases to exist. Because Brian doesn't remember anything. That would make him technically a fucking spy and a traitor against this country. So, did it for a reason, man. Which side of the line are you on? If the 4 lines parallel and you are a biker's bitch and you are a snitch, because both, you're doing both. You guys don't know what treason is, do you? Well, I've grown up. I'm a grown man. You're a weirdo. So why haven't you had a girlfriend in the last 10 years? You're homosexual, maybe? Well, that's okay. I'm not even quit me for beauty sleep then. Use a thought. Maybe Chris is a that's what to people. I've never been a man in my life. Never. I had to go through the hack on the internet. I don't do it. I'm good. And then, so that got Paris tonight. That's serious. That shit. About my ex-mother-in-law. Her code name. Alias. Nickname. What I call her. Not a code name. Oh, just because you like this picture doesn't mean I don't want him on my Dutch. I'm going to say on here, it did say it was the gun. That change? I'll pick my nose if I want. What do you block? Block. Yeah. I don't like him. Duh, Jason Robinson. Good for him. Yeah. No, I won't unblock. I delete that account. Oh, yeah, he knows me right. Oh, they know each other well. But she tried to get me on his wavelength once, and that didn't go so far. She was fooled by the wrong wavelength. She's on Valdez style wavelength for mother's radio station. Her husband was 11:36 a.m. 409 24 FW. 24 FW. My number is on there all the time. guess what? There's already a Mount Mama Bear? I didn't know that. I know it's not the king. There's a man with an alias name that chaos. And he's not, I don't know, like he's gonna have to ask himself why he don't like me. Because we should listen. Which one? Nope. I never been over there. I don't know about business. Because he maybe been over there for something else. That's why he's such a business. So that's up to Chris G. And he's like, he likes that sort of shit. I never mentioned anything to anybody. That guy fell asleep. I don't do that shit. I'm straight faced. Stone cold. I know. That kind of shit. Chris G. Oh, good. You know, stepfather. No, his real dad. His real dad's a retired man. I'm assuming he retired. I'm probably 70 or 65 or 60 maybe. Something like that. I see his Chris G. I think it's probably back. Can't find him on Facebook. I'm blocking Chris G. Gotta sit down. I want to talk to Dennis today. 4 o'clock. He has to. He has to. He has to. Um, here, name. You can't feelings. The shipping. Man, five shipping company. I'm not. So, I'm asking. You shouldn't have. Never I'm thinking, I'm only not real time. What am I doing? There's some just, you know, maybe you already, I don't have to talk back. There's a lot now. It's a lot. I don't know. Necessarily, because I don't necessarily be at work. I'm not a, I don't know how to hog now. So, I'm not a breaker. I'm a rider. I'm not, I don't know how to get some more chocolate or hard. I'm friend with Cleveland. Yeah. No, brother-in-law. Nope. And there's connection. And what I know years before I beat him the fuck up. And I was doing that thing. But I do what we need to go. I made a flip. She didn't. Wasn't bad. Long time. Well, anyway, I don't know if it was just, I don't know if it's been for me. I thought, first, I told her that. Yeah, I mentioned him once, and I already knew. I just didn't say anything because my brother Brett and me had a secret truce. Just far to there. I never had that nothing to do with such a violence. And that's in back and the actions came in. Now, I'm a fucking liar. There's one joke on Instagram. I was laughing at him, not with him. He's not man. He's not my buddy. He's never been my buddy. He's a leader. I don't like him. I'm never going to house. I don't know that. That's his business. I don't know that. Yeah, we met. And so he might have been trading me around perfectly. Well, he's a fucking TV guy. He's got that. I never worked for him, but that's what matters. Well, he who rules the historian is he who profits from the historian's, you know, profit mongering. Victory in the history. I got his great doctor. I know him from Cobra. Steve Allen is a great news anchor. I know him from Cobra. And Sophie Lee is a great news anchor. I know him from Cobra. I'm not personally. That that's something. I beat that. Well, shaving cabinet. I don't even know the constable's name, so it's been a long time. He didn't tell me because he was ran his hair, booking, not central. Only gonna answer unless once I don't remember. I didn't remember the one. I can't remember what happened after that. I remember seeing my brother. I was, I was young. It was my first one. No, it couldn't be my first one. I don't have any memories. The baby there. You tell me somebody remembers the baby. And my memories come right around to go from right back in the nose. Wait, probably still there. And then well, that's all of it. No, I mean that's not easy to achieve. Thorvalds. He's a bodybuilder. I'm not.
I got a chain like that. 100 sound. When I give them away. Yeah, there they go. What's Sydney? I like those things. Because they're Sydney good. I can't. Like, it's easy. Another dude. I was going clean. I was just rolling last year. They won't even notice it. I was rolling last year. So you remember who her dad is? Did I tell him? She picks the women. She picks the men she had to deal with. Well, she's not. Is she a prisoner in there? Mom, and what she doing? Doing whatever she wants. She does whatever she wants to the girl. I grew up with Bindi. He used to pass away, no shit. And then I noticed after that family. What I did last night. Nobody's fucking doing that. The men know that I'm still alive and Fred Hayden and Bindi go alright. My mom didn't know. She cared for Bindi. It's hidden there. It's hidden there. Like a year. I must snuck him another window. I didn't tell mom. Let me hand those guns. They were like teenagers, really teenagers. I was 5, 6. But my life is off in this system. Anymore. I was 5 or 6, and that was different. My dad called me out of there. And I was not 0. Like, we pedal and we come in. I don't know how I'm touching the cameras. Cameras, I don't know how to make happens. You know, that's doing is there. Probably. Maybe don't do it. Ask them. I'm too young. Are you too young? These ones that can see through. See my packages. I don't think it's like I get a broken nose. Okay, they're broken. I'm sitting because I broke it in the middle hole in the field when I was young. And I was pulling the pull back as fast as I could. I was trying to dodge it and whack me in the fucking nose. Excuse my I had like a similar Italian knocked me out cold. And it was from there. So maybe the elementary school was way back then. My brother would taught me how to wear all sorts of things. And then he was maybe I lost materials of the dam to one of the girls just like after the rope, like a rope, able to strips. Came up to the window, and they all had to, somebody had to get a picture of it. And somebody did. Somebody like maybe somebody sort of depending on how you were. I went down there when I was down the college class and down like school. I know it's pretty new. No, I'm nobody's fault there because I've done nothing to warrant that. There's nothing. I've been completely in resistance of certain elements of against men, absolutely. Because when I shake them, I was like, I never will be. I'm never going to be a full fledged member, never. It's not an option for me. This goes against my very being. Of resistance of the last 7 years, and I wasn't risen. So that's not it. There's something's formed today, and I can do what it can do out of me. That was just me. That's it. There's not going to be anybody from maybe 2075. Well, I got to make it to 2075. That's 40 years. 41 years? Wait, 51 years, sorry. I'm good at math. Not always. So I wouldn't worry about that. And that's off the table for everybody else, believe me. That is. They'd be leaving me alone. I can't be trusted. I've been looking for men with this thing called trust, and it's the most valuable. I always said it's the most valuable thing that there is trust. Simply put, you can't have anything without trust, and any kind of, well, you can't. I've been hunting around for trust for so long. All of my buddies from school, they all went one way or the other way, and our next time, we're clear because we're 30, I'm 35 now. So I'm that is back that bring me on that. I mean, it's constant, and you know, it's nice. It's a beautiful place, and I'm there now. Our viewers moved up in it. Now in Japan, the blessed child, the blessed be. I'm like a babysitter. I try not to swear. I've been pretty good about it. Some people are gonna break things. Now, Tommy Heat, what's going on? Sit in the chair. Cool. I'm not vampire. What does it mean? The cash game or the program? Well, imagine it's seven. Imagine it's nine. Imagine it's two. Imagine it's seven. Imagine it's two. Imagine it's seven. Imagine it's two. Well, imagine it's seven. Two. Yeah, I'm the guy behind it. Yeah, the guy that the guy that ran the table last prison is for 1,000 and that focus on the thing. I get into constantly to get a job. Back on working. No, no, not. I'm only saying, I'm not saying, there's a about so wait. Give me a fuck. Hey, how's it going? Traditionally, I'm not traditional. Traditional. That. Never been played. I'm not good. I just know that. I'm good. Could have been better. But I did. I didn't want to go back to this. So, I'm going to build trust with them to build. No, I don't want to speak up. I'm 35. I didn't. And that's good enough. I just want to go back. You know what I mean? You gotta go with them. I contact me. Their soul. But, okay, so, I'm not the opening. I can take the hat off. Like, I'll be able to take hats off. One, as I always know, but I'm not gonna go. And as I gotta have to teach it to good neighbor and never be friends, but sometimes they don't be friends. I ain't able to. That's my own phone. That one's mine. I'm on the station. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, that's really fun. Hey, it's at the very end of that. That's the first second. Today, Chris. Yeah, well. Well, he must be going back to appreciate his middleman. I don't know. Guess what? He was a father. The son. I mean, no, it's not good. And then polite with the police. That's not what they call in the mafia business. In the police. But because I'm not hostile, then, it was just gorgeous to do. And I've got no opposition at all. And this is different with family. So it's all here saying, it's all skeptical and some will believe it, some others won't believe it. But one thing I'm not is a goddamn fall guy for men that I've never met. And I'm not a fucking biker. I never was. I had a hog, a chopper with a shovel head engine. Worth whatever it was worth. I sold it for 2,500. You gotta get the
It's from a certain man. Well, I know his name. Great new money now. I don't go through him. This one for the work. Maybe that's Robert. Maybe some of the either be Montana or CBD. I can call it that. I don't like the name. Maybe I don't like it. She didn't go. Maybe she should go and break up. I didn't get pronounced. She never helped me anywhere. She's here to cook. I don't force them to do. That's the type of person. I'm scared of taking the other guy's money going. Now the business is good enough. Well, who got this KING's name? Sydney Adkins. Because it was not doing anything. And I had my own life. That was my life. Why was it a little off ramp and actually went to fucking against the That's for KING. He's never done anything like that. Okay, I don't know. He's going out there. What? I'm not. And Jason, he's 15. Well, yeah, we do it does. So, I'm not glad I was. Yeah, wow. Yes, it's about the power to just against some. The cameras get giving me a hard time. I can't back up. I got yes, I don't play with guns. You guys do. Oh no, this city's not this right now. No fucking way. After I get into doing my thing, you guys see the salvation moment for the crew. There's crews who are unnamed. They're not a gang. They're just a crew. And there's gangs, and then there's and the big three are the ones I found out them first as I got up here to Kamloops, IS, and then I found out about the UN, and then I found out about the RF. Well, safe to say the United Nations Security Council is not the United Nations team. Yeah, I think that's safe to say. Absolutely. Or did I? Lately, it has been no slow. Look at better. I love people. It's apart. Book of Poems is already online. For free. Pro bono. Keep that pro bono number. And when I start talking about it, I'm pretending that I'm a pretend person. Well, I know the stock market because I watch it. I watch it since I was a kid. And I've studied like very close. One that comes after that. And some time there. I was surprised before. And that was my opinion. This relatively petite. It's pretty much gone now. So, of course, we just yep. Wow. Must be a good day. I still kept all the positions. So, wow. Nobody needs went out to gamble here. Well, Tony, simply put, I never met him before. I met his dear wife. She's has green eye hair. I'm sorry for your thought. Never met him. So, well, he never introduced me to his daughter. Neither did his daughter said I see this on the roof. Um, and he's not privy to what I do in my life because he did not my life. Did you? And it doesn't matter what you do ever or anything. You're married to me because mine ain't either. I divorced her. So I broke up with her. And I'm fine with it. I'm a divorcee. I'm 35. You guys are nearing 70. So there's a difference here. Where are you guys going to be in 20 years? Probably not here. That's why I'm going to sit around penniless and I'm put in a fucking corner. So you're going to leave all your money to your kids. No kidding. They got a cut out of my hard work for the last 20 years. And they didn't even tell me. I make that what, sneaky. I make them sneaky like the PC pad. Those are only guys that leave they overturn. They haven't overturned. Government's still here and sound. First and foremost, I pray for freedom, and everybody's freedom is at risk with people who control security rooms like civilians are using hostile against me. And cameras, they got it down to a science, though. And I ain't playing no more. And you guys ain't drugging me because I'm not ahead of it. I'm ahead of the drugging strategy there. Do I look like a man that needs I look like pretty much the same man as on this Facebook. This is bothering me right there. A man that can be bothered, but not really. I'm pretty good. There's another problem. Don't see me? Maybe I took it apart and engineered it so it's still recording and it flashed me and it's not supposed to. Well, is there a rule against doing that to the cameras actually die? Oh, I used to say it's not pranking. Oh, that's a question. I think, I'm trying to be honest and then I don't know what to do, but to make anything else. Right. Right. Not really. I'm beauty. I love my positions. That's what I do. Maybe I buy some more, I just play the game. Who knows? Well, I don't know. No, I'm not wrong. My own man, I disconnected. I've never seen her in no, never known. He's good as that. I don't know what the truth is. And then I'm trying to tell me this time that, baby. I don't even know. Probably but I only remember. still happen. You know, serious, yeah. Is anybody else on my name? Is this your YouTube? Would I have to kiss to I have to see one girl from whose father's in politics, not in city politics. I'm just, I'm cool. I'm we can probably just, just do this, right? They all got a little bit of humpback from the, some don't because they never got tricked by cell phones. It's supposed to be our slaves. You can go further right now. Afterwards, let's have a great fucking sweat in the kitchen. Every red sun in this kitchen. I'm, um, I'm, 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 cool. That's not cool. Um, I'm, I know that. I'm working on it. You know, I can feel that that's something I know. I figured out I did. Who wrote it first? And, something other than credit for, and somebody else wants. Well, I'm not going to get it because it's mine. Not too much. It's not going to become a fucking. It's just that's a magic you can't. You know, it's not a nice help move on American. You ain't no person. That's a little bit of it's not so much in these kids, but good question. I understand the gravity of the situation. Uh, you know who I don't like? Crystal and Jim. They're not watching it. So leave them out of it. Fucking weirdo. She's texting all my high school peers, trying to get information. She's lost the fucking plot now. She's not welcome to my success at all. She's not at all welcome to my success. I don't see her anymore. Literally, like, see her. Like, with two eyes, I never did see her. She's like someone else. Rebecca is a woman. She's my sister's friend. She's still I'll be when she makes a noise. I heard that I'm not calling it Jake. It ain't fucking happening. I'm not calling it crazy. Oh, well, I don't know. So you guys, I got leverage. I ain't up to you fucking like. I got the leverage. I read I got to see what I'll be killed for it. Fuck you, man. Yeah, we're great. Maybe I'll come back. But we'll be back. Someone came in from the town. They wanted I said, fucking bike. Fucking because designed by somebody who knew the difference between bike and maybe in BC they forgot about something. Because they're 65 plus and they can't get help. Except for my dad. I didn't say anything about somebody else. These guys don't feel that way. They don't work. I don't do for nothing. I don't. I've tried to do it. No fucking day. You guys can recalibrate your own stuff. I got mine. In 20 years, I won't be off. Fucking this. I'm you fucking fuck you. Yeah, well, I don't have children. Fucking that's as soon as you do. And my dad doesn't have anything to do with anybody. And that's it. And he's another, maybe he's another, these people can negotiate. Anything. You know, it's not all these things. You know, we share. It seems to be work. You know, pay for it. You kept on working out. Sometimes it's done. There's no talking. It's a job. Huh? Okay. Fine. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Very clear. That's such a fun. If you can tell me you can see very much, you can do that. And I know it's impossible. Thank you, guys. I don't know if I'm going to do there's different kinds. Like, it's, you know, I'm not going to do something to do that. And just, no, 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 no. When you look at that, I'm just actually shouldn't do that. Very good. You know, yeah, actually, about me, and when I have, I'm sure it is. My book is, I have my yeah, he's good with that. He is good. And I know from you too. And he's gonna never to me. And one time it's other. And he doesn't believe me. And he's trying to do it. Why not me? I mean, I'm fine. I'm not the one who's working. So, I probably get my Send the message. That's when he's actually working for me. And I got away from him. Yeah, that's hey, I got away from him. Yeah. Somebody else can do something? Maybe. Not my brother. I have not worked since. But that's up to me. Fire it in a hole, numb, and fire it in a hole, and that's why I'm going to try to fire it. Right. Because you're not going to do it. Don't be stupid. Because you don't understand. You don't understand what you're doing. And you're not trying to be really understand. And then you got involved with nothing with me. And there might be a point maybe there is, maybe there isn't. You have to use your own knowledge. That's the thing. It's up to you. Your actions are your actions. Your business. And even if you feel me, I'm not going to make it anybody. You can understand, you know, for that, yeah, that, that, discuss. I'm gonna, I am that. I'm going to come this book. Yeah, been friends since five, 5 years on. Yes, you might know when I went to. What do you think the lifestyle you live is not? You know what I mean? I'm not you, so I'm not connecting with anyone, man. So, what are you trying to say? I'm not you. If you're watching this, why are you watching it? Don't tell me this guy is watching me. Why'd you watch it in the first place? I don't know. He's not getting. He's not. I understand. Wow. You have to be mindful of I've been with you. Yeah, ever. I was watching for a night and this is busted. Why was Chris, right? Chris busted because he got caught. Why was JR busted? And he was caught at the same time. It was probably an investigation. I don't know. Maybe neither of them have accent. No. Doesn't mean I like them. Doesn't mean I have anything to do with them since then. But I don't like Jason Robertson or Chris Gregoire. I don't. I have never worked for either of them. That's their opinion. I sold Ira an ounce of weed first, so he doesn't even live around here. So I mean, technically, and I don't have any. I just need to like he can scream. Somebody. First day on the this is just fictional science here. Pretty much fictional science. It's not gonna be anything. I was like, well, it's like, oh man, man, never this back years. So how the fuck do you mean to be not this? Well, you do have. That's what you're doing. You're staying on the outside using more. You guys don't want to admit it. No matter how hard you say, these are fucking men. You guys, other 60 other friends, but yeah, I didn't not enough. I'm using I know. I'm so proud. Educating myself. I'm learning on that.
Creative freedom.
This is a yeah, all the time. This year, that's something like that. I keep my
Shit, why would they be giving my dad shit, huh?
you know, remember? No, no, it's just remember because he was born in this country. Don't you guys keep him shit? You put on work for you guys, and you know, he hung around and he moved away from it because he's retired. You don't hang around no more. Nobody's around. You can't hang around if he's not around. No one's around, and if he's a secret, and if he's trying to get around the secret places, that's what they want. And you guys need to so be careful. If it don't work, he said, Alex said, you know, he said he'd call me when he got back. Huh? So he got back. I didn't check him and stuff. So, fucking around, yeah. Donnie Heaton said, don't fucking around. I don't know. And he was going to do this stuff. Not to mention, I said, it's not the different. Sometimes you get out of the pool.